Hey you guys, this is Ricky from Galaxy Far Far Away Kennels, coming at you guys with another video. Before we go ahead and get this video started, please like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and follow my Instagram, which is Listo Mexicano, and go ahead and give a follow to my TikTok, which is TrickyRicky801. Alright, so in today's video, I'm basically going to be explaining a healthy environment for your puppy, as well as epigenetics. Well, very briefly epigenetics, because I'm not very familiar with it. I've read a very brief overview of it, but I'm starting to get it. I'm learning it, and along the process, I'm going to teach you guys about epigenetics as well. So basically, epigenetics is just the things that your dog eats, how he sleeps, the environment, the people he's around. These things all can affect your dog's genes. And what I mean by that is whether it's proteins being built inside of the body, or attitude, temperament. These are all a big thing, especially if you're going to start a kennel like I'm doing. You want to make sure you're on top of all of these things. So I'm actually going to be letting you guys know how to get around an apartment complex environment, because at the moment I live in an apartment complex. I'm pretty sure most people do, especially in this time with the price of everything. It's very, very crucial to have a sturdy and healthy environment for your puppy. Not only to be confident in himself, but you know what I mean, to have structure, to be able to listen to a person, so it's your puppy's just not all over the place. One big thing that I've been doing in my apartment complex is I've been kennel training, potty training, and food training as much as possible. Having a dog is a very, very long process. The first couple weeks, first couple years of its life is a crucial moment to be able to get the dog to adapt to healthy and well type of attitude. You have to put in that time and that work to be able to get them to have that great attitude, and most importantly, to be able to listen to you. One thing I've been doing that's been helping a lot is I've been rewarding the dog for little things, and taking the time out of my day to be able to reward him and make him know that those things that he does are good. Even though it may seem like normal things that a dog should do, they won't know to be rewarded for it or to be excited for it unless you teach him that. Things such as eating food. After he's done eating food, I'll pet him, grab him, mess with him, so while he's eating, he gains a temperament to people messing with him. So when he's older, he's not annoyed with people who are messing with him while he's eating. Things of that nature doesn't attack him. Right when he cries in the morning, sometimes he wakes me up at 3 in the morning, sometimes he wakes me up at 4, sometimes he wakes me up at 5. It just all depends on when the dog has to go to the restroom. Like I said, the first couple months, years are crucial of teaching your dog a repetitive thing. So to be able to teach him when and where to go after he wakes up, right when he wakes up, when he cries and wakes me up, I take him out of the kennel, give him a bunch of food, water, and then right after he's done eating, I take him outside. I give him no chance for error in my house to be able to use the restroom. I'm trying to kind of make it a natural thing for him to remember, all right, every time I eat, I've got to go outside. So when he's in this environment and he smells around instead of using the restroom, he starts crying. Just key things like that that make you aware that the dog needs to use the restroom, and he won't know that by himself if you don't teach him, you don't reward him with treats, pet him, things like that. Not only that, but I mean, to be able to get a dog to respect you and have some type of view of authority of you, you have to, like I said, when you're putting in that time, you have to actually care for the dog. So you have to take time out of your day to caress the dog, love the dog, let the dog know you're really there and you really care for it. This will gain a lot more confidence and trust in the dog to be able to listen to you, do things that you want, and essentially just be a well-grounded dog. Every puppy off the bat is gonna have its issues, whether it barks a lot, whether it chews stuff up. It's a normal thing for puppies to do, but the thing is to nit it on the butt right away to be able to avoid him growing up and you having to deal with that. Because it's a lot easier to teach a puppy how to go to the restroom, how to leash train them, how to kennel train them. It's a lot harder to teach an adult dog how to do all of those things. So like I said, if you want to be able to get a start of a good kennel, you got to start with your main dog. And from right there, if you could teach your dog a good temperament, get him healthy environment to where he's social with people, not only humans but other dogs, that'll rub off on his children. And it just essentially makes a good dog. You don't have to worry about holding your dog on the leash all the time. You don't have to worry about another dog attacking your dog and your dog responding in a negative way. For example, I have a dog named Percy, and we've raised him pretty good. That's one of the dogs we're using to try to mold our dog Vader into his older form. He actually was attacked today by an older pit bull on one of our walks, and he just backed up, kind of submitted to the dog and came back towards me, because he knows that I'm the owner, that I have the authority, that if anything is to happen, I'm the person who's responsible of what the outcome is. So it's really crucial to be able to gain that confidence and love from your puppy right off the bat, so that if anything happens, it goes to you instead of just kind of having a mind of its own. One thing that I've been teaching my dog a lot here in the apartment complex is its leash training. So it's very crucial not only everywhere to have leash training, but especially in an apartment complex, because it's a high traffic area for dogs and humans. And a lot of the people here, unfortunately, they don't have trained dogs. Their dogs aren't, leash trained. They aren't temperament trained. Some of them have behavioral issues. And you have to watch that. You have to be aware of that, and you have to put things in place previous to you training your dog that can avoid or prepare your dog for things like that. For example, what I'm doing is I'm walking with my dog on leash. Every time he comes towards me, I give him a treat or I'll pet him, let him know that it's a good thing. I'll walk with him, kind of run off when he comes towards me and kind of runs after me, instead of just sitting around and sniffing wherever he's at. I give him a treat, pet him, let him know that it's something good that he's doing, because like I said, you kind of just want it to be a mental thing. Every time that dog does that, runs back to you, or when you yell stop and he stops and plays with you, or even if it's like a non-verbal command and he does something that you wanted him to do, and that you've been kind of repetitively teaching him, that's something you want to reward your dog for. So it's kind of like dopamine that goes in his brain every time he knows, okay, my dad stops, I need to stop with him. He thinks he's going to get rewarded. Every time you run off and he follows you, he gets rewarded. It's little things like that kind of creates a beast out of your dog. And it's been very helpful for me, because when I first was training him, I didn't take any treats or anything with me. He was, right after he used the restroom, he was very eager to get back to the apartment, so he was already pulling, chewing at the leash, because him being a puppy and thinking everything's a toy, having that thing around his neck, he was over there trying to play with it. And at first it was kind of frustrating, to be honest with you, but like I said, with everything it takes time, especially with your dog. If you want a good dog, a good breed, good genetics, I'm gonna take him to shows. So I don't want a dog who's jumping off the table, when I'm trying to show him, stack him off, he's running all over the place. People don't want that. People don't need that in their lives. Like I said, epigenetics is a genetic thing. So if he is aggressive, has a low temperament, he's kind of all over the place, it's going to rub off on his dogs, unfortunately, on his puppies. And that's something here at Galaxy Far Far Away Bullies that we do not want. Not only are we looking for the best genetics for health, I want my dogs to have a good snout so they can breathe. I want them to have a good joint so they can run around, and not have to sit down, breathe all funky, have health issues, heart issues. That's one thing I'm avoiding, because in this game, there's a lot of that, a lot of lack of care and love for these dogs. But like I said, here at Galaxy Far Far Away Bullies, we're really knitting on the epigenetics, you know, the environment, just trying to be able to provide the most quality dogs in every single form, shape and way possible that we can. So any one of our customers who come through and purchase a puppy from us actually has a well-behaved dog, you know, great genetics, great structure, you know, and these are just many things that you want inside of your dog to be able to, especially if you're spending the money. For example, I spent $5,000 on him. You want to be able to get your money's worth out of him. But like I said, just spending the money on him isn't going to get you a completely trained dog. I mean, unless you spend an extra $2,000, $3,000 to train the dog, you're gonna have to put the work in and train the dog yourself. So like I said, just keep that in mind to be able to keep the treats in hand whenever you're training your dog, whether it be leash training, kennel training, potty training. You just want to boost the dog's confidence, give him a confidence in what he does. Like I said, it may seem like regular things to you. A dog should already know how to go potty. A dog should already know how not to cry in his kennel. A dog should already know how to act around people and other dogs, but that's not the case. It's just like a child. You got to teach them the ways, the do's and the don'ts of things. You got to teach them respect. You got to teach them limitations. You got to teach them temperament. You got to teach them patience. You got to teach them all of these things right off the bat to be able to have a great dog with you know, its attitude, temper, emotions, all of these things. You want to make sure you're on top of all of these things to have a quality dog. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I could have educated you guys as much as possible. I definitely was educated myself in not only giving this video to you guys, but reading up on epigenetics. It's going to be a very great thing. I'm excited to kind of instill it in my dog. Like I said, in the last 2 or 3 days, it's been very helpful, you know, using these techniques to help my dog train, and especially in the environment that I live in, because being in an apartment complex, it's such a closed area, so many people and other dogs around. I mean, it's going to be I need as much help as I can get, basically, to be able to avoid him, you know, acting up around people, other dogs, and just essentially respecting me and having authority to me. Again, thank you guys for watching. This is Ricky from Galaxy Far Far Away Bullies. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a great day. God bless you guys.